Welcome into DRF Daily, DRF Sportsbooks betting live stream that's coming at you each and every day that we have football, but we have a jam-packed Thanksgiving that we want to get ahead of. There's 3 games on the slate for tomorrow. Before we jump into that, as a reminder, follow us wherever you are on social media. We're right there with you. Follow us at DRF Sportsbook. Game number 1 of Thanksgiving. The Bills take on the Lions. Lions and Cowboys are the 2 teams that we feature each and every Thanksgiving. The Lions are plus 10. Complete disrespect to the team that comes in winning their last 3. Complete disrespect to the team that is always playing on Thanksgiving. And folks, I don't know why this line is so high. I do know why this line is so high. It's Josh Allen. It's the Bills. They're coming off of an 8-point win against the Bengals. No, against the Browns. Mixed up my Ohio teams. The Lions, though, all of a sudden, like I said, have won 3 straight, both straight up and against the spread. And they just dominated the Giants for every single quarter on Sunday. And now they're coming into this one, but that didn't change Vegas's mind whatsoever. They saw that and they said the Lions are still the Lions. They're still double-digit home underdogs in this one. But I'll say this. The Bills come in a little limping when you're looking at it against the spread. They're 1-3 in their last 4 against the spread. And they're 2-2 this season against the spread when they're double-digit favorites. We'll see how that goes. I believe the Bills I think they've lost their last 2 against the spread. They won their first 2 against the spread when they were double-digit favorites. So I think the NFL's kind of catching up with them. Josh Allen's been a little bit erratic here and there. I still think he is the second best quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes. Don't get me wrong. And the Lions are going to have their hands absolutely full. The Lions probably won't slow them down on defense. The Lions are still one of the worst defenses in the entire National Football League. But I think their offense, which is getting healthy, Amon-Ra St. Brown's back, Jameson Williams back at practice. He's probably not going to go. But I mean, overall, this team is getting healthy at the right times. And they're kind of figuring out what their identity is. Jamal Williams has stepped in as the number 1 running back. DeAndre Swift, who's a little banged up but has been underperforming this season, has taken a little bit of a step back in his role. And so I think they figured out what that formula is on offense. And when Amon-Ra St. Brown is in, this offense looks completely different. And he is scheduled to go after being away from the team, banged up a little bit for a few weeks in the middle of the season. But now he's been back for a few weeks. He should be 100%, 110%, and he'll be hyped up to go. This isn't like any other Thursday game, right? Thursday games are typically terrible football games, but these are games that you grow up wanting to play in. Thanksgiving is a day you want to play, so you get ready for it. This is essentially the Lions Super Bowl. They haven't had good success on Thanksgiving as of late, but there's a lot of things that are in the Lions' favor. Since the start of last season, the Detroit Lions are 9-1 against the spread against defenses that allow 61% completion percentage or higher in the second half of the season. So Detroit, who can throw the football really, really well, 13th in pass DVOA, they're 10th overall in offensive DVOA. They know how to move the football. And when you give them the ability to move the football, they're going to make you pay for that. I think the Lions stack up really well against a Buffalo Bills defense that allows 5.5 yards per play, 6.3 yards per attempt. This is a Buffalo secondary that can get got. Trey White is still out. We're not sure when he's going to be back. But the Detroit Lions have the ability offensively to go blow for blow with the Buffalo Bills, which is why I don't think that the Bills can cover this 10-point spread. I think the Bills are the better team. The Bills are going to win this game, but the Bills are going to have to do a lot in order to slow down the Detroit Lions offense. And the Detroit Lions defense might be able to get a pick here or there. Josh Allen has thrown has the most turnovers in the NFL, I believe, when you factor in fumbles and interceptions. And this Detroit Lions defense is opportunistic. They've kind of figured out an identity as of late. They've just going to play man coverage, and if they get beat, they get beat. On third down, they're going to throw exotic blitzes at you and try and shake things up. Maybe they're able to do a little bit of something. I'm not fully sold on the Detroit Lions as a defense, but I think blow for blow, the Lions will be able to keep up with the Bills offense. And maybe it's an 8-point, 9-point type of game. I just don't see the Buffalo Bills winning this game by 11 points or more. You see it here. Our power line likes the Bills, the Bills at -11. So essentially value there on Buffalo. We're really no value, but it's essentially right on the money. Detroit only getting 42% of the public at +10. They opened at +9.5. That line's kind of hovered around +9, +9.5, jumped up to +10. Hammer it at double digits. I think this is where you get the most value because the Bills might be able to win this game by 10. But if you get it at +10 and they win by 10, of course, that's a push and you get your money back. And to me, I consider that a half of a win. But the public's not on the Lions. I don't know if the public fully understands that the Lions have kind of figured it out over these last 3 games. They beat the Green Bay Packers 15-9. They had an amazing comeback against the Bears. Maybe they figured out how to finally win these one-score games, right? Dan Campbell has the worst record in the NFL in one-score games. Chicago, that was Dan Campbell's first ever road win. And then last week, or I guess last Sunday, they beat the New York Giants 31-18 as 3-point dogs. They've won their last 3 games straight up and against the spread, all of which they were 4 or 3-point dogs. I think the Detroit Lions can cover this one with ease. Give me Detroit +10.